Oh, hi there. I'm Kat. Thank you for joining me for a chat with Kat. We're going on a journey and having conversations with people from a variety of backgrounds and experiences. And during this journey, we're going to probably laugh and smile. We'll have moments of compassion and cry. We may be angry or feel confronted, and we may be amazed and just need to ponder. So, whatever the emotion is that comes up, let's take a moment to breathe and ask ourselves why we're feeling this. And also, let's ask, what can I learn from this? So go ahead and like, share, subscribe to this, and make sure that your friends and family and colleagues and anyone you feel could get something from this gets to see this. So let's get on with our journey with Chat with Kat. Hey Joshua, it's nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. I know it's probably getting late in the day for you because you're in Germany,
Yes,
are you?
yes, yeah. Nice to meet you too here. And we are at 7 p.m. now.
Oh, okay, so you're in the
Yeah,
evening. I'm in
yeah,
morning,
yeah.
so we're across the world from each other. So I know you through Self-Perfected. I don't think we've ever met in person.
No, no.
Um,
This is, the first time went to the U.S. was last year in November. Yeah,
okay, so I missed that
yeah.
that one. So we'll have to see each other next year on the cruise. Um, so why don't you just tell me and tell the people who come and listen to this a little bit about yourself and maybe what brought you to Self-Perfected?
Yeah, I'm Joshua. I'm 31 years old. I have a wife and two children, 5 years and 5 months. And yeah, my journey for I want to be different. I want to be making an impact on this world. Is begins to 2019 with a few friends who also part of the self-perfected group, and I'm joined this group in 2024. Yeah, 2024. Yeah, and I my whole life was very pointless, and I'm feeling powerless. But I always wanted to change this my environment in first instance, but also everything to the best possible outcome. And I don't see any possibility to do that, because most people struggle at that point. They say, yeah, this is not good, but I don't have any solution for this. Yeah, and this is why I joined Self-Perfected, because
Oh,
a good friend came to me and says, "Here, I have some tools, and with these tools you can change yourself." And I looked at it, and we spoke on half an hour, and I said, "Okay, I'm in." Yeah,
oh
that's what
wow.
me get here.
So before Self-Perfected, you were just kind of going through the motions of living life and not nothing really exciting or eventful for you?
No, we tried some spiritual stuff 5 6 years long, and uh, every time we thought, oh, we are at a point, we changed something in us or without us, and then a week later you realized, there's nothing really changed, and then we moved on to the next point, or uh, to the next mm, uh, what how gonna to the next thing where we thought, oh, this one brings us where we want to get, where we want to be, and yeah, so we tried a lots of stuff, a very spacey stuff, and nothing changed really something, but because we came always back to the starting point. There was triggers, there was things we are unhappy about, and nothing really changed something. Yeah.
So when you saw Self-Perfected, what was it that really changed your mind or made you realize there was something that worked?
In the first instance, I realized the point with the vocabulary, because the vocabulary I had was not properly structured and not properly defined, and I was introduced to the tools we have, and I see in a half an hour. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was in me and says, yeah, that's the right thing to do. Yeah.
Okay. So you went on this bit of a journey looking for something that was going to fill you up and maybe give you purpose and give you more sense of life, correct? And you came across Self-Perfected, and in half an hour, something just connected for you that you said, yes, something here works. This makes sense.
Yeah.
So what difference has that made in your life now?
I will say a big impact, but in the day by day I don't see it. I have to sit down and say, okay, this changed and this changed and this changed. It's mostly the perspective of the things that's going on in me and outside of me in this world, and I can face it in a different way. And the most impact it has on my relationship to my wife and to my kids, because our relationship before Self-Perfected was really fucked up. It was bad and ugly, and we are at different times stand before a divorce, and we cannot see any solution to our problems. And then I'm introduced to Self-Perfected and the tools, and I can see now a possibility to save our relationship. It's a lot of work to do, because my wife and I are having our 12th anniversary this year, and in this time, in the last 11 years, there's a lot of shit coming in our relationship, and we had a lot of work to do. But I see the possibility that we can make it for us, for our children, and for everyone else. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And is your wife doing the Self-Perfected with you, or doing the work with you?
Yeah. We both have a little bit or a lot of struggle sometimes, and some revenges that we have to go through, and some looking for shortcuts and going in loops. But coming always back to it, because you can't forget what you once seen. And if you see, okay, this is my responsibility, and not yours or yours or yours, but my responsibility, and I knew it, I can't close my eyes in front of it. And yeah, you always come back to the point where you sit down and slow you down and look at it and go through.
Wow. That's amazing that you're both in this together and supporting each other in it, because I think a lot of people start in their personal growth and development, and they move into self-perfected without their partner really supporting it or understanding why they're doing it.
Yeah.
So.
There's always two sides of the medal, because we have so much trigger points, and we have to work on it a lot, because my wife said some little word and I'm so triggered and I'm so annoyed and so vice versa. But it's also cool because we can sit together and talk about all this stuff, and we understand each other. Yeah.
That's really important. Yeah. Having that communication and being able to openly communicate with someone and talk things through, even when things are really hard, and it's probably the last thing you want to do in that moment. So you mentioned you have a 5-year-old and a 5-month-old. Is that right? So what difference is it making so far with you having the tools now with your children than beforehand?
Yeah, it's a lot of differences, a big difference, because I know what I'm doing, not always, but when I sit down after some situation and reflect, I'm able to be self-honest. Okay, what was the point within me, why I reacted to my son or to my wife, and can move through this point. Mostly, as an example, I had a situation with my son, and I was annoyed, and I was yelling and all the stuff, and being abusive towards him. And then I reflected, okay, this and this happened in me, there it comes from, and then I go back to my son and say, okay, this and this is why I reacted. It's not your fault, not your responsibility, it's my responsibility, because for example, my mother did this to me in the same way, and I sat down and spoke some self-forgiveness with him, so he can understand he did nothing wrong, and I taking responsibility for my behaviors and corrected it in the moment or after the moment, immediately, and so he can learn it from me, and I don't give the trauma that I have within me to him.
No, that's powerful to be able to sit down with your child and do that with him. And does he start to understand what you do when you say these things and you sit down and talk with
absolutely.
him?
Yeah, because I talk a lot about him, a lot about with him, of the process and the tools and all the stuff, and from day to day he understands a little more, but I can but explain what I have really understand, and so we grow together, and I can see a little difference between my 5-year-old and my 5-month-old, because my 5-year-old has 4 years of no process with us, where we are not able to see what we are doing. And our 5-month-old was born in an environment where we are already in the process, not far or not persistently every day, but we have a complete different understanding of the things, and that makes a really big difference. Yeah.
Wow. And are you starting to do any of the work directly with your 5-year-old? I know some people are sitting down with the computer and working with the process. Are you doing any of that yet, or is it just from the communication?
Yeah. He also uses tools, and when he is emotional unstable, we breathe with him to calm him down, and then we spoke self-forgiveness together. Sometimes I speak it for him, but sometimes when he is stable enough, I speak it for him, and he speaks it after me. And yeah, so and when I ask him, what can you do to be emotionally stable? What can you do when you are angry, sad, whatever? Then he says to me, yeah, I can breathe and I can do self-forgiveness. In the moment, it's not always easy for him, but he knows it. And sometimes he do the breathing for himself, but mostly we have to support him.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great that he's able to start learning and pick up and learning the difference of what it feels like when he's not emotionally stable and what it does feel like when he is, right?
Yeah, I explain to him. So you are emotionally unstable and nothing work well. Is that what you want to do, or you want to be stable and do it easily? So I've asked him these two questions, and then he decides always to, I will be stable and do things. Yeah, then we have to breathe and forgive this to yourself, and then you can do it. But if you are emotional, all your energy from your body goes to the mind and not to your action. Do you want to do? Yeah.
Right. And it's nice that you have the whole family working on this together and being able to support each other. Do you see this making a difference with your outside life, with your friends, your coworkers?
Yeah, I have no coworkers. I'm an entrepreneur, but if I go to, it's not a lot of people on before the process I go to, because there was two different mindsets, and we cannot talk about anything about because it's too different. But when I meet someone who's not in the process, I can see more what's in me activating, and I can direct me more than I before I don't direct myself in any way, and so I can direct some parts of it. Yeah.
That's good. And it's interesting that you say that you can't really talk to some of those people from before because you just don't really understand each other anymore. Can you maybe explain a little bit more that difference? Because I think some people won't understand.
Yeah, it was in the first early month I was introduced to the tool, and I was a little bit too radical with the things I said to them, and I pushed them from me and said, yeah, even you want to hear this, or we're not, fuck off. Yeah. And because this is also a process, if you learn new things and you have a new perspective, you have also to learn to communicate uh, with calm, and you have to don't push it too hard on someone who's completely has completely no clue to what I say. And this is also a process of the last few months. I have my mother-in-law. She comes 3 to 4 times per year, a week to us to visit us. And at the first time I said to her, no, I don't want any more contact. And now I can see, okay, if I push her away, I can't explain it to her. I can't let her get insights of what we're doing, why we do it. And so I talked with her a lot of this topic, and now she can understand why we're doing things, and so we can enjoy the time together without me so tense with a lot of friction. So I can possibly get her in, not out. Yeah.
Right.
But this was also a thing I have to learn, to process, to.
Right. Yeah, and I find it's very interesting, and I can certainly say even after the number of years I've been doing this work, my communication skills are better, but I don't think I'm the best communicator still, because it's still with family and things like that. I think it's more, I try to speak about it, and then they get upset about it, and then I just kind of, okay, great, I can't talk to you about this or anything, right? So it's nice hearing you say, well, I went too far, and now I'm building the relationship again and learning to communicate with her, and I guess you see a difference in her response to you now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. She it was always a superior-inferior relationship, in which she was the superior, because as I met my wife the first time, we get together, and I lived 2 years at her home by her mother, and her mother is a very dominant woman, and I always avoid conflict with her because I don't want to escalate it. So in this 2 years there was a superior-inferior character that builds up, and over the last 10 years it still remains. And this was the first great point I have to face before I can talk to her about it. So I go to her and said, hey, this is my problem. This is why I feel anxious about talking with you. And then after this, it was no problem at all. We talked a lot, and it was a nice conversation, and we chatted, and that was great.
Wow. That's so good to hear that you're able to repair those relationships and move forward, having something better than what you had before. And I guess it's a lot less fear of being around somebody now, of how you have to talk.
Yeah, because the big point is my wife has a very strong relationship to her mother, and if I reject her, I have a lot of trouble with my wife, and this is not good for our relationship, not good for our family, not good for our kids, not good for the mother, not good for me, not good for everybody. But I want to achieve the best for all. So I have to face my inner demons, my inner fears, and all of this to achieve it. Yeah, and so my wife is happy. My children are happy. So they can see her grandmother, and I am happy because I have a better relationship than before with her, with my mother-in-law. Yeah.
Wow. And that's in a very short time that you've really been using this, right? And been part of the community.
Yeah. Like a year and a half. Yeah, a year and a half. But a lot of this time I participated in my normal things I do, and don't use it daily, all of it. And I have make my TT relatively persistent, but all the other stuff I don't really use it every day, and like month in a row I don't make any self-forgiveness, any blogs, any studies of just the material. In the last 3 months I look that I do it daily, and this is in this short time I make big achievements. Yeah.
So would you like to share what some of those big achievements are, if you've done doing all that work every day consistently?
Yeah, the first thing is to improve my relationship. This was a big step, because I'm an entrepreneur and I have to go outside and have to do my business, but I don't feel that I can, because I have no stable base at home. So I have to support my wife every day with the kids, and I can't rely on her with that, because she do this wrong in my side, and this wrong, and this wrong, and I have to support my son and my wife and my young daughter. And yeah, I improved with a lot of self-forgiveness my communication with my wife, my behavior, my wife to my wife and to my kids, and gained a lot of self-trust, so I can trust my wife. Because if I don't trust myself, I can't trust anyone. And yeah, this is the biggest achievement. There are lots of little pieces that have to take together, and so I can focus on my thing I have to do, which is share this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if everyone caught that, but when you said I have to trust myself to trust my wife or anyone else, that's really just resonated with me, because I think for a lot of us, for me personally, self-trust was one of the biggest things, and having to overcome that. But I think that was a big blocker in my life, and I'm sure that's the same for many people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my self-trust was a little mice that sits in the corner of the room and hide it, because my childhood wasn't very well. I have my mother and my father. I say father because he wasn't my real father, not my biological father. Have the first 5 years of my life, I was with my mother and my social father, I say. And as I became 5 years old, my mother said, "Hey, there's another man. This guy is really your father." And at this time, when I remember it, there was no emotions, but curiosity. Hey, there's something other. There's your father, but when I reflected, there's this little situation, this little event. My first 5 years of my life was a complete lie. I can't trust my mother, my father. I can't, and these are the two persons I have I have the greatest trust in, because they nourished me, they give me shelter, they hug me if I'm sad, they help me if I need help. But these two peoples lied to me 5 years of my life. So all I know was a lie. And this causes that I can't trust myself, because my whole life I imagined was not so as I remember, or as I think that it is. And there comes my self-trust issues from. Yeah. And yeah, this is the point I figured out a few weeks ago. And so I have to walk on this point more and more, and gain back my self-trust. So I commit myself to something I have to do, and then I have to do it to regain my self-trust. But this is the only way. I can do lots of self-forgiveness, but I have to do the action. Yeah, this is my first my greatest point at the time. At that time, yeah.
Yeah. But as you're doing this work, you're not doing this alone. You have community support there in Germany, right? You're not, just doing it through Zoom calls or anything. You have.
In the meanwhile time, I have just my family. I focused on my family. The local community is not in my focus at time, because we had a little differences. You say differences, yeah. But I am reaching out to some of the American people and some of the Germans who are in Paraguay, yeah, and this is also a point I have go through to reach out to people and say, hey, I need your support. But I'm always saying, I have to do this first, and then I'm worthy to get support from someone who is 8-9 years in, and yeah. But I, from time to time, I get support from someone. Yeah.
Okay. That's good. And I do see you most Fridays in the Self-Perfected group when I'm there, at least. So I do see you there. So it's good to see you connecting in with the community and the group. And, I know it's super late for you at that time.
It's midnight and 1 a.m. The two calls. Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is also my bio clock. I don't know if you call it so. My bio clock is always completely completely mixed up. So I have normally I look that I get up early, 5-6 a.m. and do my stuff. But on Saturday morning I sleep a lot longer, and it's mix up my whole day. But it's worth it.
Yeah, it's great that we have a community that's global, that we can reach out to people and get help and support from. So we don't have to feel so alone. Like right now, I'm in Mexico, and I don't know of anybody else in our group who's in Mexico. So, but it's nice having that support. And I just actually was able to join the women's group, which, man, that's a whole other level. I think there's a men's group as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great, yeah.
Yeah, it's that next level, and I feel challenged. I think, oh boy, I've been in this for a while, and I've just got into the women's group, and I go, oh, this is the next level like I haven't even thought of yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm also trying to build up a regional a community that I reach out to at my area that I live. This is the next goal, not just for me or for them, but also for my kids, because I want my kids to have some other people where they can express themselves and grow together, because the kindergarten or the school, we all together say no, not with us, and so yeah, we need some more people to grow for us, for our kids, and also for the others. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And do you find it being a challenge because you're doing it in English? Are you correct, or are you doing it in German?
What?
The work.
The work?
When you're doing the work.
50-50. So when I speak with people, I speak in my in German, and when I share the tools, I use English the most. If they understand, but
Okay.
because if they don't understand, I have to translate. And yeah, it's also a very great point, because my English is a really great point, because I don't speak English at all for the tools, not at all. I don't learn it properly in the school, and after the school, I don't need it anymore, because I was a carpenter, a woodworker, and there I don't need English, and I have no English friends, so I don't speak English at all. And my school English was very bad, because my school time is another chapter. And yeah, and now I'm using the tools like 1.5 years, and the most time I don't speak English. I just use the tools and read English, and but it improved very well. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I was going to say you speak very good English, so obviously it's helping if you're doing it in English. Um,
I just
So-
have to gain a little bit more confidence when I'm speaking, because when I'm in a call, as example, I'm so excited and so unconfident that I don't speak so good as I can. But this is the point where from the school, where I'm really bad at English, and all my classmates laugh at me, and I have bad notes, yeah, and my mother was disappointed, and all the stuff, all this tension that get in this to speak English. But yeah, I realize that where we chat, I'm improving while I'm speak. So I have to speak more and speak more with other natural English speakers, and then I improve it very easily, automatically.
Yeah. I find it similar with me learning Spanish. The more I speak it, especially with the locals, the better I'm getting with it, and obviously the more I can understand it as well. I still understand more than I can speak, but I'm not at a tourist level anymore. I would say I'm kind of above basic, like intermediate kind of level. Certainly not business level yet, but we're getting there. But I do think it is because of using the tools with TechnoTutor and the self-forgiveness that helps me learn this language.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what is some of your, I mean, I know you're working with the relationship, you want to grow a community there so you're, for your family and your children can have that support as well. But what does that look like for you moving forward? Like what are other goals that you have?
Yeah, the biggest goal I uh, I have is to share it with as much as people as possible. But this goal is you have to process it. You have to gain more information. You have to gain more confidence within you that this what you're doing. I know what you do. What I'm doing is the is in my perspective the only thing uh, that can achieve a world who's worth to live in. But when I say what's best for all, equality and oneness, you have to process it. You have to gain more understanding of this before you can share it like you breathing. So this is my greatest point, and my starting point to use the tools was absolute self-interest to improve my relationship, improve my children's vocabulary, that they can good jobs or a good outcome, but the more I get into and the more I understand that even if I improve my vocabulary and get a good job and my kids get a good job, this whole world goes downhill, and we are sitting in this boat like each and every one, and so we have to share what we're doing, but I have to improve my communication skills. I have to improve my certainty. I have to improve myself. I have to perfect myself, and then stand as an example for others, so they can see, oh, there is a way to improve myself, to perfect myself, to get it for me better, so they can get in and can go the same way as I, to understand more and more if I want it good for me, so I have to make it good for others. So because when we have what's best for all, is also best for me, and best for you, and best for everyone else. Yeah. This is a greater point, a greater goal, the purpose. But I can't explain it properly because I have not the vocabulary for it, and I don't understand it to 100%. So I have to gain more understanding for me and go forward. Yeah. But I know what my goal is, what my purpose is, and yeah.
Wow. I think it is a big thing about understanding what the best for all is, because I think at times I still struggle with that. And when we hear about some of these concepts, or we have these conversations sometimes, and we say, well, is this what's best for all? And in the moment you want to say, no, it's not. But then if you take a moment and think, well, is this what's best for all? Oh, maybe it is. Or opposite, right? When you think it is good, and then it's not so good. So it's
Yeah.
And how does that affect your decisions now with your family?
Yeah, what's best for all implies that I consider what my action what impact has my action or my decision or my deed or my words on others. So you have to slow yourself down and look at the point, or look at the words you would say before you speak it or before you do something, and look at is this the best I can do in this moment? It's not always possible or not always easy to do this, but you have always, like I said earlier, you can't forget what you know. So you know, okay, I have to do it. I can do it in another way that I do it 1,000 times before, and look at it and look what, on my perspective, with common sense, what is the best possible thing I can do at this point. Yeah, this is how it in fact affect me in my daily life. Yeah. So like I'm driving with my car and there's some children on the sidewalk. Yeah, and I can drive at 50 kilometers per hour and straight, or I can slow down and make a little get a bit more space between my car and the child's, just as an example. So if some child run across the street, I can brake and not harm the child, but you have to look at this and take a decision. And the most people in the daily life don't think about it at all. So we live at our street. You can drive like 20 miles per hour, and some people drive 50 miles per hour, and they didn't even think about what can do if there's some child or some cat or some whatever cross the street, or they said, "Oh, I'm busy. I have no time. I have to rush." Yeah, that's the difference. Because I was in my younger, where I'm 20. I was also some relentless driver who drives like I have a devil in my neck, and now I see it from another perspective. Yeah.
You know, and it's interesting that you say we have to slow down, because I think from a lot of the people I've spoken with so far, it's a common thing that keeps coming up. We need to slow down, we need to breathe, we need to stop for a moment and just before we take the next action or before we do something. And I think that's very, very important for us to remember, because we're in a world that is so fast-paced.
Yeah.
It's a hurry up, do it yesterday, right?
And so it is wants to go faster and faster and faster. When I look at my 18, 19-year-old, and at this point, like in my job as carpenter, is so much faster, and all other things. For before 20 years, you are happy your website goes up, loads, and not stuck and crash. And today you have to tip, and immediately it has to pop up, and all is so fast living, and yeah.
And I see the impacts of speed. Like in Mexico, where I'm at, speed is not the norm. Like for most things, your day-to-day actions, it will take forever to go to the bank. There's still a lot of things that are still in person here, and it's just that much slower pace. But then we have the other aspect where there's like driving, right? And people like to speed here. and people like to run across the road. And so we're always seeing the impact of people going too fast because it results in people's death. And that's the direct impact. But I don't think we notice that in our own lives. If I go so fast, what is it stopping? What is it hurting in my own life or in my friends and family or in my community? And
I've accumulated some consequence in my life for self-affected,
Oh, no.
and this is also a consequence of fast pace, not slowing down, not listening to your body. Then this is also a very different point, to listen to your body, and if your body say, hey, you have to slow down, look at this point or this point, and you don't do it, and you don't do it anyway, at some time you manifest some consequences that you can't reverse. Yeah.
Wow. And that's a real life lesson right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I wonder what it would look like if we're able to impact the communities, to be able to slow down, think for a minute, check in, make sure we're calm, and making decisions that we believe are best for all. I wonder what does that look like in the community? Like if you're with your neighbors or your...
Yeah, you have to firstly understand that you can slow down, because I think the most people don't see the possibility to slow down anyway, and that if you slow down and calm yourself and look at this, look at the like you make a schedule for your day, and you sit in the morning at a half an hour to schedule your day properly, so you can see, oh, okay, here I can spare some time, but here I need some time more, and look at it commonsensically, so you can use your time more effectively. So, and then you see, oh, I have a lot of time a day, and I can use it to improve myself, to perfect myself, and realize that all the things I hold on to steals me time, and if I can let it go, I have more time, more energy, more capacity to do other things. And yeah, that's the first steps you have to go through, because the most people have a job that they don't like. They hate it, and they giving up so much energy because they hate it, and they come at home and they are absolutely exhausted, and they don't think that they have enough power to do anyone else than sit on your couch, drink your beer, and watch TV. Yeah, but if you do what you love, what you like, if you share something that can improve or perfect or help some people, and even if it's not your profession, and you have to go through many resistances on the way to share and to talk to people, which was a really great point for me, to talk to other people. And now I talk a lot with other people. So when I be out and there is someone who wants to talk, I have no resistance to talk. So yeah, you have you have to firstly look at what you can sort out in your life, and gain a little bit more time, and then use this time to perfect yourself, and then sort out more things you don't like, you don't see any value in it, because it's like if you are in a big office and putting numbers from here to here, it's it's nothing on value in it. So you can do something for living, because we all need money in the system. There's no way around it. You have to look what can you do for money, but with some sense in it. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking that as you're talking about being able to do something that you enjoy, and living in life in our society, what kind of lessons are you going to give your children about this?
It's a good question. Yeah, I don't talk a lot about money with my 5-year-old, but he know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and that's in the current system necessary to do this. And yeah, what are my advice? Yeah, we have to share this, because the more I share and the more others shares, even the more the bigger the community get, the more impact we have. So we can flip the system to a system where everyone gets what he needs and can do what his expression is, and not doing some 9 to 5 to pay the bills, and that's it. Yeah.
Wow. That's going to be a great way for your kids to grow up, is learning these tools and these lessons.
Yeah, but very very funny is that my son is very communicative. Communicative. Yeah, although he to everyone on the street, some random people he goes to, and then he talks a little bit, and then he said, "Yeah, I learn at home with TT, because that's the best for all." The people don't understand it, but I love his confidence. I love his ability to go to people and talk about all things he has in mind, and and the more he understands what we're doing, why we're doing, the more he can talk to people and communicate to them what he's doing, why he's doing, and what it's for. Yeah, that's cool.
Wow. I love seeing the kids, because they have no other, or a lot of them don't know anything different, because their families have brought this into their family when they're little or before they're born. So it's really great seeing the kids together and being able, because they get it, they get each other.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. You should have them help you do your sales with you.
Yeah, like Mitch, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I know it's getting late for you, and you're probably wanting to spend some time with the family before it's time for bed. Um, do you have any last, well, first of all, if you go back to your 10-year-old self, what advice would you want to give him?
Yeah. uh, look at yeah, 10-year-old. That's 2004. So I have to say, in like 10 years, you have to look for some distributor for Technotutor and get TT. Yeah.
Okay. And then I want you to go spend some time with your family, but is there any last piece of advice that you want to share with everyone?
Yeah. This is what we're doing is very effective, and I say the only way to achieve what's best for all, and it's not every day simple. It's not every day easy, and there is no shortcut. I can say that there's no shortcut, but the improvement you get from the day to day, and you look a year back, or when I'm 4 years in, I look 4 years back, and look what I'm there and what I'm now. It's every point you face is it worth? Yeah, every anxiety, every resistance you go through, it's worth it.
Wow. Thank you so much for that, Joshua, because that's very powerful, and it's a great way for us to have this conversation and wrap up. And I appreciate your time today and this evening for you.
Yeah, thank you too.